Benley, and we're underway. Mercury are in their home whites, the visiting Valkyries with their black uniforms, purple numbers, and we're underway, and this could be an up-tempo, fast-paced game, Annie.
And a lot of players and a lot of teams looking for the excitement on the offense to play positionless defense. Not a really true center a lot of times for some.
Both teams really emphasizing board work today. Mercury want to make sure it's one and done so they can get that offense started. So far, so good. Inside cut, Sabali, rimming in and out.
The offense and great execution.
Thomas, you see what a wizard she is with the basketball, finding the cutter.
AT is going to play all 5 positions this year for Nate Tibbetts. And she did so much with the Connecticut Sun, where she did lead the league in assists. Teammate of Coppers and Diana Trossi, who was on that team, was 6th.
Look at the doesn't have the numbers. She'll pull it up. Here's AT. Cross court. Whitcomb stops. Sabali pops. Back rim and off.
I know the shots have been missed, but boy, they've gotten some good open looks on their offense.
High percentage shots and the kind of looks that Nate Tibbetts wants. Kissing it off the grass. Glass is Thornton.
Thornton has had work and, just a strong player.
10th year veteran, somebody that Nakasi can really count on. Thornton flipping it back, not there for AT. Look at Matt hustling, going to the floor and getting it as Billings, the former Mercury. There's the block out by AT, tipping it. But the lazy pass is over the place so far.
Well, a lot of the players that are on this Mercury team, they've talked about the X factor and how tough it is to play in this building. And a lot of them are playing in a Mercury jersey in their first home game. So there's a little bit of nerves going on. What a move.
Oh, the footwork by Thomas.
And the quick outlet pass, and Thomas, who's left-handed, just has that great spin move.
Mercury liking that corner, nothing doing. Back rimming off, back Benley. Nice job by this Golden State club to hit the offensive boards, but not really coming away with anything yet.
And remember, all these teams, and these 2 teams especially, they're in a situation where they're trying to get their legs underneath scene, and now to go up against an opponent, it makes it a different energy.
Totally different beast, without a doubt. Slow going so far offensively for both clubs, Annie. Look at the defense by Sabali. Will play on. Sabali wanted a jump ball, but instead result in a run out. Mack, she'll go to the line.
Well, one of the reasons that Natasha Mack is starting this year at 6'3", she was a backup last year to Brittany Griner.
Health update brought to you by Banner Health. Bench, precautionary reasons, without a doubt. Kate Martin not playing. Talbot not playing. There's a good look at Copper.
Yeah, both she and AT playing in the Unrivaled League. Winning.
Yeah.
Copper's team.
Should mention Akua Makani not playing either. The Cameroonian French international who started the last game. Wild shot. Hayes, nice.
Coming from UTEP. And
great point. To beat the shot clock buzzer, and now 0 for 8 from beyond the state. Mack beating everybody down the floor, hesitates and scores.
Well, you can see Nate Tibbetts looking to get the ball down the court, and really, like you talked about it just before, defensive rebound, holding their opponent to 1 and done. And they're kind of in a zone. Sammy Whitcomb gets caught for a foul there. Oh, actually, they call it Matt. Expect her to average maybe double figures if she gets a chance to get more shots.
It's been a while since the league has expanded. Ooh, Thornton. Brown trying to grab that ball. Good hustle. Billings, the really solid veteran, short on that shot into the hands of the Mercury, and a runner.
Uzun, who had 19 starts in Dallas last year.
Comes over in that trade that brings the headliner Sabali to Phoenix. Taylor draws the foul. One of only 3 players returning to this Mercury lineup from last. All right, 4:54. Great to see Ami here in the lineup. She was fantastic for Golden State against LA the other night. Little runner, Thomas not there. Hayes will lead it up herself after the board. What a gift Hayes has been to Golden State, coming from the Aces. Kalani Brown.
Well, certainly.
Man, Annie, Thomas led her right into Brown with the rejection. Quick catch and shoot. The second that left Thornton's hands, it was true. 5 apiece. Breaking the log jam from behind the arc is Thornton. Prince off the pick, keeps the dribble alive, hesitates. Savvy play by Brown to tip it out to her teammate. Inside, single coverage. Brown almost loses it, blocked from behind.
Yeah, Billings getting a hand on that.
Billings handling the single coverage against Brown, coming up with the rejection. Good hands, here comes the Mercury. AT corrals the wild shot, looking for some help, and there's the kick. Uzun. You have 8 on the shot clock on the air ball. Does Thomas know it? Nothing called. Oh, with 1 second left on the shot clock, Annie.
A little bit of a bailout right there, and because of the contact that Thomas creates.
Boy, what an acquisition for the Phoenix.
Not that she is not a happy player, but she plays with such intensity, and then she gets her own rebound. But she is smiling in Phoenix. She didn't smile all the time in Connecticut, but she is smiling here.
Uzun with the kick. Prince, long ball. Some wild shots at this point from beyond the arc and on the run, Golden State. Thornton, who's been tough. Uzun, good hands. Thornton keeps that ball alive. Dumping it inside. Playing the weak side defense is Prince. Here comes Phoenix. AT and 1, baby!
She's got her hands all over the basketball. I mean,
Rebounds.
well, this is a game. The hard part with preseason in the WNBA, you don't have that many days together to put a team together, and then all of a sudden a preseason, which the coaches are like going, oh, preseason it's not about winning, but in their mind it always is.
Right.
And the fans create that too.
All right, Kate Longworth, I know you got a take on what Annie just said. Come on.
It's this crowd, right? The X Factor. We'll take them in right now. They have the highest basketball IQ in all of the W, and he still remembers last year's first preseason that was at home on this court. He said he got home, his family, his wife, and his daughters, they all looked at each other and they said, holy cow, and this is only preseason.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, coming from South Dakota, his dad was a high school coach, and he learned so much there, but the family is very happy to be here. He's got a couple uncles here that come and support also.
Love that.
And he talked about wishing his mom a happy Mother's Day, along with his wife.
Runner, and it was pretty by late. She'll go to the line.